Hello. Welcome to another English story. Let's start. The day I left my country, everyone said I was brave. They said I was starting a new life. What no one told me was that leaving doesn't mean escaping. Because even now, years later, something from home still wakes up with me every morning. This isn't just a story about moving away. It's about what stays with you, even when everything else changes. At the airport, I smiled. I hugged everyone. I said all the right things. But inside, I felt strangely calm. Too calm. I thought maybe that meant I was ready. When the plane took off, I watched my country disappear beneath the clouds. I told myself, this is it. A new chapter. I didn't realize I wasn't closing a chapter at all. I was tearing a page out of myself. I didn't leave because I hated my country. I left because I wanted more opportunity, more freedom, more future. People said, you'll come back successful. They said, this is how dreams are made. But no one warned me that dreams sometimes demand a sacrifice. And sometimes, that sacrifice is belonging. The first step onto foreign soil felt unreal. Different air, different faces, different language. Everything worked perfectly, yet nothing felt right. That night, alone in my room, I realized something terrifying. For the first time in my life, no one here knew who I really was. At first, everything felt exciting. New streets, new routines, new possibilities. But excitement fades faster than loneliness arrives. The silence here was heavy. No familiar voices. No spontaneous visits. No shared history. I missed things I never thought mattered. The way people back home laughed. The way time moved slower. The way I didn't have to explain myself. Every call home sounded the same. I'm good. Everything's fine. I'm just busy. But after each call ended, the room felt colder. I realized something painful. I was living a life no one back home could fully see. And back home, life was continuing without me. When something good happened, I felt guilty. When something bad happened, I felt alone. How could I celebrate success here while the people who raised me were far away? That's when I learned this truth. Migration doesn't just change your address, it splits your heart. There was a night when everything felt too heavy. Work pressure, loneliness, exhaustion. I opened my laptop and searched for flights home. My finger hovered over the button. But then I realized going back wouldn't bring back who I used to be. And staying meant becoming someone new. That choice haunted me. I started living two lives, one in the present, one in memory. I celebrated birthdays through a screen. I cried over losses from thousands of miles away. I was always either missing home or missing the future I was building. When I finally visited home again, I expected relief. Instead, I felt out of place. The streets felt smaller. The conversations felt different. I realized something terrifying. Home had changed, and so had I. Back there, I was the one who left. Here, I was the foreigner. I belonged everywhere, a little and nowhere completely. That's a loneliness no one warns you about. Then I met others like me. Different countries, same pain. We didn't need long explanations. We understood each other instantly. For the first time, I felt seen again. For a long time, I fought the feeling. I kept asking myself the same question over and over again. Where do I belong now? But the harder I searched for an answer, the more lost I felt. One day, it hit me. Maybe the problem wasn't that I belonged nowhere. Maybe the truth was that I belonged to more than one place. My heart had split, yes, but not because it was broken. It had expanded, and expansion is painful. There's a weight migrants carry that no one sees. It doesn't show in photos. It doesn't appear in success stories. It's the constant comparison, the constant translating, not just language, but identity, the feeling of explaining your past while trying to build a future. Some days, I felt strong. Other days, I felt exhausted just existing between worlds. At some point, I stopped expecting one place to feel like home again. Instead, I started noticing small things. A song from my childhood playing unexpectedly. A smell that instantly took me back years. A phrase I still say the same way, no matter the language. That's when I understood home isn't a country. It's a collection of moments that live inside you. People clap for success, they celebrate achievements. But no one claps for the nights you almost gave up, the mornings you forced yourself to get out of bed, the days you felt invisible. Migration made me strong in silence, strong in ways no certificate could prove. And that strength became my foundation. Sometimes I imagine sitting across from the person I was before leaving. They look hopeful, nervous, full of dreams. I want to warn them. I want to protect them. But instead, I say this: you will lose things you didn't expect, but you will find yourself in ways you never could have stayed. And that truth is worth the pain. People love simple answers. Yes or no. But life doesn't work that way. Was it worth it? I gained independence. I lost familiarity. I gained perspective. I lost innocence. Both are true. And learning to live with that complexity is part of growing up. Will you ever return? They ask. I pause every time. Because returning doesn't mean restoring. You can go back to a place, but not to a moment. Even if I return, I'll return as someone new, changed, shaped, expanded. And that's something I've learned to accept. My life now exists in between past and future, between who I was and who I'm becoming. Some days that space feels lonely. Other days, it feels powerful. I've learned to stand in the middle without falling apart. That balance became my identity. I left my country, but my heart never left home. And now I understand why. Home wasn't holding me back, it was holding me together. I didn't abandon it, I carried it forward. And wherever I go next, it goes with me. If you're watching this and feeling torn, if you've left something behind, or if you're afraid of leaving at all, know this: you're not weak for missing home. You're brave for choosing growth. Thank you for listening. If this story spoke to you, like, comment, and subscribe for more real stories about life, identity, and becoming. See you next time.